So sila Razorback tsaka Wolfgang, yun din yung isa sa mga musical heroes nyo, o masasabi natin, or isa rin sa mga part din nung music na ginagawa niya?
Yeah, kasi ako noon, I'm gonna date myself. Ako ang pinakamatanda sa banda eh. So, yung Weekends Live, kung natatandaan niyo yan, yung, takas pa ako sa bahay noon para lang manood ng gig ng Wolfgang. So, sa Weekends.
Saan yun?
Sa Atrium, sa Makati.
Atrium.
So, Razorback, di ba yung dating 6 Underground, Kalye, Razorback, di ba, bahay nila yun, kunyari, pag weekend, may group project sa school para lang makanood ka na Razorback, pero wala talaga.
Tsaka ano nga ba yung dati sa may Cubao? Ano nga ba yun?
Freedom Bar ba yan?
Hindi, may isa pa eh. Along EDSA lang din.
Dread?
Yun, Club Dread.
Yeah.
Na-mention mo, Nico, yung tawag dito, yung lugar na the Atrium. Gusto ko lang i-share isang kwento na nagpapaalala sa akin ng lugar na yan. I used to have, I had this friend, because kasi dati I used to live in St. Ignatius Village sa may White Plains. So, meron akong kaibigan dati, mahilig kaming makinig ng music. Now, one time, this was very early on bago pa magkaroon ng band explosion sa Pinas. During that time, nagko-collecta kami ng yung mga band, Guns N' Roses, ganyan. Nakikinig kami ng. Pero one time, nagdala siya ng blank cassette tape. Tapos, pinarinig niya sa akin, pinatugtog niya. At tumutugtog doon, live. It's like a bootleg recording of the youth. That was my first experience of the youth.
Yeah.
Kumbaga yung Multong Bakla. I think the reason why he got that recording is because yung mama niya dati, I think it works for that place.
Yeah.
So, merong connection sila dun sa sound engineers and so that was one of the, and also before mag-release ng album on the youth, basically narinig ko na yung Multong Bakla, narinig ko na yung yung kanta nila yung tapon-tapon na yung basura ba yun?
Yung basura, yeah.
Tsaka yung anak ka ng ina mo. Basta it was a cool set. It was amazing. That was my first experience of the youth. And then also Wolfgang was one of those recordings din na pinapakinggan namin lagi. So, when you said the Atrium, this is what reminded me of that place.
Yeah.
I'd never been to that place. I wish I did. And I was a teenager.
Yeah. I mean, classic place. I mean, you had bands like Carl Roy was still with Advent Call, Pedro's Cannabis, and all the great bands played there.
Pedro's Cannabis, I remember yan. Napapanood ko sila dati sa RJ.
Yeah.
Sa RJ TV. So, yun lang. I just wanted to share that kasi nung pagkabanggit mo ng Atrium, I know something about it, but not entirely,
Di ba yung mall yun?
That was really cool.
Mall yung...
Yeah, para siyang mall. Tapos yung base, yung ground floor na pag weekends, kino-convert, may stage, may gamit, may lights.
Ang laki nun.
Laki.
So yung echo nung band, kasi paakyat yun, di ba?
Paakyat yun.
So
yung acoustics nung place talaga, solid. So,
tapos Wolfgang, Razorback.
Wolfgang, Razorback. And, those were the days.
Wala, grade school pa ako. Napag-ahalataan ka.
Oo nga eh. Ganyan talaga pag 26 ka na.
I don't think you have to worry about that, Nico. No?
Pero going back nga kasi parang ako rin nung Wolfgang Razorback, mga hero. Kumbaga nung high school, yung banda namin nung high school, na tumawid ng college, parang cover band kami ng Razorback talaga. As in, kahit anong Razorback na kanta, sa walang isip-isip, alam namin yan, jam agad. Kasi lahat kami sa band, solid yung talaga yung Wolfgang Razorback POT. Yan. Yan yung parang formative years namin nung high school na hindi dahil sa mga tito namin na yun. Baka nagti-TikTok na ako ngayon. Sumasayaw na lang ako. Diba? Nauso yung ano yun, yung mga sayawan na show. Ano ba yun? Kay Randy, sino ba yun? Basta nauso yun diba? Basta may face na, yung American parang reality show na dancing.
Yeah. Parang ano, you think you can dance or something like that.
Yeah.
Randy Jackson, yeah. So, kung hindi dahil sa mga banda yun, baka sasasayo or boy band na ako ngayon. Pero actually, parang, kasi parang in hindsight, in hindsight, yung mga albums talaga nila nung time na yun, mga late 90s, mga 98, 2000, solid Ang ganda Ang ganda ng record, pinag-isipan yung cover, pinag-isipan yung lyrics, pinag-isipan yung chord progression ng kanta. Alam mo yun, hindi yung alam mo yun, yung typical 4-chord song lang na biglang chorus lang. May kwento May kwento. Ang ganda lang. Iba yung, at least yung songwriting nung mga bandang yun. Galing Yun lang.
Actually, speaking of yung dating banda ni Jal, yung talagang kahit anong Razorback song, gumawa ako ng Razorback tribute night noon. I think that was 2006. Tapos, siguro 5 bands. Siyempre, di ba, lahat ng banda nag-usap. Ito ko cover namin. Ito sila Jal, natatandaan ko parang, kung ano hindi mapili, yun ang sa amin. Kasi alam nila lahat.
Alam na. Tsaka yung mga ibang bands din, kinuha namin yung mga B-sides. Yung mga hindi usual na giyang, which is solid din naman yung giyang. Basta yung mga ganon, yung mga B-sides na solid na hindi mo lang nasa katan. Kung Razorback fan ka talaga, alam mo yung kantang yun. Parang ganon. Kung poser ka lang, wala, hindi mo alam yung mga yun. Parang yung banyo song, sa gitna ng lahat.
Hepe na hepe.
Kasi I remember
guys kaya parang ganyan.
Tsaka Rabid Tongue kayo.
Rabid Tongue, grabe. So yung mga deep cuts. Nung baga, yan talaga yung, at least sa akin, heavily influenced ng mga yun. Kaya, nung kami nalinlami ko, hindi malayong may mas marinig ka sa mga licks or sa riff na medyo may pagka-blues rock yung tunog. Parang gano'n. Kasi nga, dahil sa mga tito natin.
At Tito J.
Wala.
So, Jel, hello? Sorry. Okay, so, ako naman matatanong, Jel. Okay. So, directed ito to Miko. So, as a lyricist, pinainggan ko yung track training. And yung beginning, how do you call this, yung beginning verses niya, pero medyo parang ang bigat nito. So, I would like to ask, who is your inspiration when it comes to lyrics, and ano yung theme na ginagalawan mo at iniikutan mo when it comes to writing your songs?
It's more of buhay, pangyayari sa buhay, experiences. And then, actually in track 3, that was written by my former bandmate who sadly passed away.
Wala, ayaw talaga rito.
And then ang story nun,
Ayaw talaga sa buwisit.
A week before he passed away, nagkita kami. Tapos sabi niya, naalala mo yung kanta natin na track 3 sa dati natin banda? No, we never released. So sabi ko, bakit pre? Sabi niya, sa'yo na pre. Use it for your band now. So sabi ko, are you sure? Ikaw nagsulat eh. Diba? So, and then, shocking eh, diba? Parang after niya sabihin, sa'yo na yung kanta na yan, gamitin mo na. Then next week, pumanaw na siya. Diba? So, and then, he was the one who taught me how to write, and doon ko kinuha yung experiences, pain, every experience, that's what you put into your lyrics. Eh. So, tsaka ako, I don't play guitar eh. So, biggest frustration ko yun. So, when I write, it's really lyrics. Wala pang music, wala pang ano. Yan, sinadjal, JV, pinapasa ko sa kanila. Eto may lyrics, gawa nyo na ng melody and whatnot. So, medyo sa amin, it's really reverse. There's no melody, no nothing. Pag ako, lyrics. Pero if Jal and JV will write, at least meron ng, kasi nagigitara sila eh. Ako talaga, it comes from scratch talaga.
Okay.
Sa'yo na rin yung arrangement nung
band as a band na pinag-usapan.
Collective na rin. Okay.
Collective na. Kasi I got this tip also from Kevin Roy. Eh. Sabi niya, pag gumawa ka ng kanta, ikaw nagsulat, tapos pag re-release mo, sabihin mo, by Return to Eden. Wag mong ilagay by Miko. Because if the song sucks, at least you can blame the whole band.
That's pretty smart. And I think I can agree with that.
Damay-damay.
Okay, so I would like to ask Jal, as a musician, I have the same question basically. Like, sino ang inspiration mo? How did you start out as a musician, or what was it like trying to get to the level that you are, where you are at right now when it comes to guitar playing? And sino influences mo? Sino ang inspiration mo? Also, what is your favorite style?
Well, to begin with, yung level ko ngayon, hindi ko masasabing sakto lang. But natuto ko mag-gitara mga early 90s. Acoustic guitar. So, luckily at that time, yun yung pagsabog nung Black Album, yung ng Metallica, dun lumabas yung Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. Kasi may growing up, may pinsan kami sa bahay na mas matanda na nagka-college sa Manila. So yun talaga metalhead yun. As in, naririnig ko sa kanya yung mga late 80s na mga glam rock, yan, mga Warrant, mga Def Leppard, yung mga Motley Crue, yan. So, growing up, mga grade 1, grade 2, yun yung naririnig ko sa background. And then, siyempre, naging mainstream na with NTV, diba? So, andun yung mga banda na solid, na yun yung mga naging rock icons mo, yung mga rock heroes mo. So, and growing up, going high school, diba, gusto mong mag-gitara para makahook up ng chicks, diba? So, yun eh. So, gumawa ka ng banda para makahook up ng chicks.
Success naman, success.
Hirap. Sa TV lang pala yun, bro. pero yun nga, growing up, gitara talaga yung yung weapon of choice ko, no? Although sinend din ako ng aeromats ko sa piano lessons, at least. Yung mga ganyan. Una, ayaw ko pa, pero na-realize ko parang doon ko rin natutunan yung appreciation ng music, ng nota, ng nakasulat na music. So, gano'n, no? Until nag-high school, Razorback na, tapos college, yan, banda-banda na, until nandito sila Miko. So, yung talagang kasi hindi lang naman rock yung pinakikinggan ko. I get to appreciate din mga hip-hop.
Nice.
Doon din nauso yung time na yun, yung lumabas yung double cassette ni Notorious B.I.G. Yung mga ganong klaseng hip-hop.
West Side si Jolly, West Side.
Mawutang. Kaya yung mga beat, saka yung mga phrases, gets ko yun eh. Yung kung maganda yung lyrics, maganda yung pagkaka-phrase nung bars ng hip-hop, no? Saka yung beat, paano gumawa ng beat yung mga producers, gets ko yan. Kaya, kaya masasabi ko ito, solid na kanta to. Ang ganda. Kahit gitarista ako, rumarak-rak pa rin ako sa mga rap ni B.I.G. or ng Bone Thugs, ganyan, no? O nila Ice Cube. And along the way, kasi ang dami mga gandang, lahat ng mga gandang melodic. Hindi naman ako kasi syempre nung early 90s, uso yung it's either hip-hop ka or metal, diba? Uso yun. So, metal ako. Pag kasama mo yung friends mo, diba? Metal tayo. Pero pag titignan mo yung cassette, yung mga Bone Thugs doon, may Ice Cube, may Notorious B.I.G. Diba? Pero, gusto lahat ng magandang music, hindi naman tayo nagde-discriminate. So,
tama. Lahat
ng in-between. But yung, at least para sa akin, yung formative ko talaga, yung sa nahubog, is of course, si Tirso Ripoll, saka si Dave Aguirre, Razorback, si Manoy Legarda, Wolfgang, abroad naman si Satriani, yan yung mga G3, yung unang yung parang naging mainstream na G3, saka sila Petrucci, ganyan. So, and then yung mga bago na lang sila John Mayer, undeniably magaling talaga si John Mayer, pogi lang pero magaling din talaga. Pero di ba, ang pogi eh. Pero ang galing kasi more than the music, more than yung pagka-playboy niya, kumaga yung pagkakaintindi niya sa blues. Yan. Doon ako papasok sa blues na medyo yung feel, hindi porket pabilisan lang, pero kailangan mo lang yung sundot ng feel. Yan. Doon ko rin siya na-appreciate.
Tsaka ang daming bumibili ng gitara nun ni John Mayer, yung PRS niya. Napakamahal. Pero maganda rin naman talaga. Maganda. Grabe. Tsaka nga pala, yung nabanggit mo kanina, yung Use Your Illusion na mga album ni GNR. Nasubukan mo rin yung yung papel, yung parang tingnan na rin sa demonyo rito. Demonyo! Demonyo!
Diba? Kaya lahat ng lahat ng mga may album ng Illusion 1 and 2 may mga tupi-tupi yung inlays na.
Totoo yan. Ang galing siya. Serious lang ako sa Pilipinas lang kaya yun.
Para lang yan pare. Parang, sorry guys, nagka-cut off ako kanina kaya I have to rejoin, then leave, then rejoin. Anyway, I'm back for good na. Ayun, parang lang yan parang siguro tingin ko pare, dyan, sa tingin ko dito lang sa Pinas yan Parang yung legend parang yung legend kung paano namatay si Ultimate Warrior, di ba? Binuhat na si Andre Di Giant. Dito lang naman din sa Pinas yan
Naputulan ng ugat.
Di ba? So, personally, tingin ko dito lang sa Pilipinas din yan. Yung mga ganyan, mga demonyo dyan.
Actually, the more important question is, who comes up with this shit? Right? Parang, why would you spend time doing that and trying to figure out or trying to look for devil in the details?
Yung mga unang yung mga unang version ng pagiging viral.
Actually, yeah.
Correct.
Pero lang yun, word of mouth lang yun.
Word of mouth, di ba? Wala pang cellphone, wala.
Pare, may demonyo. Tignan mo. Ay, oo nga. Kunento na dun sa buong batch na, oo nga.
Kumalat na.
Siguro, iba dun. Bumili lang ng album dahil gusto nila makita yung demonyo yun.
Okay. So,
good for them.
Good publicity.
Isa ring nauso noon, yung backmasking. Backmasking. Actually, kanina pinag-usapan natin, kung sa Pinas lang din ba yun? Diba? Pero kasi napanood ko yung Little Nicky, yung kanta ng Chicago, diba? Kung naalala niyo yung scene na yun.
Siguro, di ba parang sabi nila, si Beatles talaga ginagawa na nila yun, di ba? Kasi ma-experimental sila sa studio. So, minsan yung iba, deliberately, may binabackmask sila. Pero yung in-relate sa demonyo, baka sa Pilipinas lang yun.
Yeah.
Pero ang weird din kasi sa White Album ng Beatles, meron isang track sila ron, number 9. Yun lang yung lyrics ng buong song. Number 9. Ano yun? Nasa White Album yun. Yeah. Yung just sila sinukuan sinukuan sila. Sino ba yung long time manager nila? Basta yun.
Si Epstein.
Hindi, patay na yan eh. Yung isa pa, yung producer yata nila or si Brian Epstein pare, yung siya yung di ba? Siya yung LGBT. O yun. Yun. Hindi siya. Yung isa pa. Basta, muntikan sukuan yung Beatles na yan. Kasi yung White Album pala, compilation niya ng mga songs na mga sinulat lang nila na hindi sinama sa mga recordings. So,
para mga B-sides. Mga B-sides. Ganun lang.
Mga B-sides pare. Mga B-sides. Parang, kasi, di ba, sa album na yun, merong, ano ba yung kanta? Basta meron sila may mga songs sila na, tama ba, nandun ba I Will? Andun yata,
Hindi.
Will?
Sa una
basta yun. Tapos merong Helter Skelter, which is tingin ko yung nag-revolutionize ng punk. Kasi kahit tanongin mo sila si Vicious, sila Johnny Rotten, Helter Skelter rin talaga yung first of its kind para sa kanila eh.
Yeah.
Which I think personally punk na punk siya. Siya yung pinakaunang punk na song.
Yeah.
Ito.
So actually naalala ko yung backmasking na yun, yung uso yung backmasking. Dinala ko na isang friend ko sa parang parang lahat ng rock songs bina-backmasking yan. Tapos, basta yung year na yun, uso yung kanta ni Wency Cornejo, yung Habang May Buhay. Tapos yun yung parang dalawa yung finale niya eh. Sabi niya, alam niyo ba yung kanta ni Wency Cornejo na Habang May Buhay, pag binackmask mo may... he backmasked it, tapos parang yung message parang sa ng ahas and something ganyan. Tapos ang ending niya, si Don Moen, yung worship leader, di ba?
Don Moen.
Alam niyo ba si Don Moen meron din. So doon din ako na-shock. Parang, di ba? It's like, sabi niyo, rock devil, Don Moen. Pero yung kay Don Moen, pag backmask mo, it's still the same. Parang it's talking about Christianity. Pero sabi nung nagle-lecture, pag Christian song or song mo positive ganyan, positive din daw yung backmask mo. Pero kung pag rock ganyan, pero it's just like, I found it BS. So,
hindi ko kahit anong songs naman backmask mo meron lalabas at lalabas din eh. Meron kang makikita at makikita dyan. Diba? Kahit ano yan, kahit pa mga Christian album yan, yung mga ginagamit
or diba, kahit sinadyaman o hindi.
Pero kumbaga it's acceptable if it's convenient.
Yeah. Parang gano'n, di ba?
Parang, okay lang yun kasi Christian naman yun eh. I doubt. No. Like I said, who comes up with this shit?
Yeah. And that was this was like mga late 90s, early 2000s. I think that was the first woke seminar I attended. So,
natawa na ako doon pala sa hook.
Let's not get started with that too.
Okay. Right. So, I have more questions para sa buong banda.
Sige.
Are you currently in the process of writing your own album or more singles? Nasang ang status nila regarding that?
Yeah. So we released the single in 2022. But we finished already recording 4 songs.
Mm-hmm.
So alam mo naman din pag self-funded kayo, di ba? Your self-funded band, yung minsan parang mixing, mastering na, biglang nagkasakit yung anak or nagkasakit ka, tapos yung pera na pupunta doon. So 2 more songs needs to be finished for an EP album. But we're planning to add like 1 more para lang 5 for an EP. Pero at siguro sa kakasulat-sulat baka mamaya bigla maging album na to eh.
Hopefully. Actually. I mean, I think it's good to know na you're currently at that stage where you have 5 songs, but and this is just my personal take. I think for me it will be much more exciting if it extends beyond that, diba?
Yeah.
And I'm really rooting for you guys to go beyond that, you know.
Thanks.
Kasi ako personally personally ako album listener ako eh. Kasi through an album you really get to know what the artist is about.
Yeah.
And for me it's like reading a novel. Every time I listen to an album, it's like reading a novel. So I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to what you guys will do in the future.
Yeah. Tsaka kumbaga sa album, parang doon mo malalaman yung istorya eh. Kung paano gawin yung kanta, yung experiences, yung basta na ganun.
Yeah. We also have a lot. Marami rin kaming kanta dati na we played in gigs tapos biglang hindi na namin natugtog. Pero they're originals. Parang napunta sa backseat. Now we have to revisit them. Kasi baka ngayon medyo mag-iba na arreglo or whatnot. So, you know, may song kami nga na we recorded. We haven't, you know, hindi pa siya na mix and master. Pero nag-evolve siya eh. You know, it's called Song for the Sinner. When it started, I called it Angel. Tapos biglang Song for the Sinner. Tapos naging, from slow song siya, naging mabigat na song siya. So,
nakapag-play na ba tayo earlier?
Hindi pa, bro. Hindi pa. I think it's a good time. What do you think?
Yeah. Let's do that. We'll start first with ano yung available natin dyan, yung first na track na
yung kanina na pag-discussionan yung track 3. Siguro yun muna unahin natin i-play para
okay.
Sige.
Which is currently out now on Spotify and every streaming.
All right.
Nice.
Track 3, Return to Eden.
By the way, small explanation lang. Through Zoom, you won't be able to hear the music. Pero sa Facebook page mo maririnig. Lumalabas siya sa Facebook page.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I see every family.
Couch alone, wonder what drugs have gone. Can live without it all your life. You live your life so stoned. The dealer's on the phone. In your mind,
Yun. Track 3.
I'm just wondering, why is it called track 3? Is it supposed to be the track 3 of your album? Is it meant para maging track 3 na album? Possibly.
Mix na commits.
Well, track 3, eventually it's going to be track number 3, but it's more of the number 3 kasi di ba the song talks about 3 people.
Okay.
Di ba the tattooed man, the rich man, and the holy man. Pero in reality, iisang tao lang silang tatlo.
Who wrote this
parang
song?
Ganun. This one was written by Jov Kalinga, a former bandmate of mine who passed away at the age of 24, sadly. So, yun, sabi ko kanina, a week before he died, he gave us this song. Song namin sa dati namin banda na we never really released. Then he said, hey, use this for Return to Eden. I'm giving it to Return to Eden. So, we decided na as a tribute to him, ito yung first single na release namin.
Grabe, no? Written and yung melody kanya din kay Joe.
Eventually, sa kanya, then we just tweaked it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
During that... I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yung ending niyan dati, original ending niyan is biglang tigil. So, pero ang reaction lagi ng crowd when we play it live, pag biglang tapos, alam mo yung parang, palakpak na ba kami? Tapos na ba kayo? So we decided to put a delay to it. May delay siya.
Okay. Pero itong pinakinggan natin, this song, yung Return to Eden na mismo to, wala nang recorded rito si Joe.
Wala na.
Return to Eden to 100%.
Yeah, 100%. It was us.
Kailan nabuto? Anong year to na record?
This was recorded, actually, kailan ba tayo nag-record? 2018?
Mga ganyan.
Mga ganon. Yeah, 2 years before, a year or 2 years before the pandemic.
Okay. Ano yung nauna? Ito or yung Slaves of the Sun?
Yan ang nauna. That was the very first one we recorded.
Okay. Yung Slaves, anong year?
Yung Prisoner of the Sun, same time sila. Same year.
Prisoner of the Sun, I'm so sorry. Prisoner of the Sun.
Yeah, same year din yan record.
Same year.
Yeah.
Sina-soundtrip ko yung yung dalawang pinasa mong song Nico nung habang nagtatrabaho. Pinapaulit-ulit ko. Sabi ko, naman ito, napaka-pulido naman nito. Too bad wala siyang follow-up eh. And to be honest, honest opinion lang, napakalinis ng kanta, mong yaring-yari.
Yeah.
Diba? Kumbaga sa kaldereta naluto ng maayos.
Ayos.
Diba? Ganun eh. Sabi ko, sayang naman, walang follow-up. Siguro ni-shuffle ko itong dalawang kantang to kasi nandito na sa phone ko sila actually both.
Yeah.
Shuffle ko siya siguro mga 3 times ko sila pinakinggan on one go. Yes. Sinoundtrip ko siya. Yes, sinoundtrip ko siya last week. Kasi yun naman talaga yung ginagawa namin eh. Papakinggan namin papasadahan namin yung mga songs nyo as many as possible. Papasadahan namin yan. Be familiar with them all. And then ito, sabi ko, nanginayang ako, Brad. Sabi ko, tangina, ang galing nitong dalawang to. Tapos walang follow-up. Pero you mentioned earlier, meron kayong 5.
Yeah, we have 5.
May saan namin mapapakinggan yung other 3?
There's one sa yung The Southern Project released a compilation album dyan kung online kailan natin release yan. It was an early recording of another song of ours called Pounding On. So it's in the Sonic Collective, and then Sa SoundCloud release yan eh. It was a digital compilation album.
Mhm.
So it's an early recording of Pounding On. Yung Pounding On naman, it's a song. Yung love namin sa mixed martial arts. It's all about mixed martial arts.
Mhm.
So
Pangbakbakan.
parang bakbakan.
Parang gusto ko pakinggan yun ah.
Parang kung makipag-away kayo, yun ang team song mo.
Pwede ba siyang sabihin natin boxer kayo introduce ka sa ring, papasok kayo, pwede siyang pang entry song.
Oh,
Ano ba
pwede.
yung tipo niya?
Pwede.
Lahat kayo interested sa mixed martial arts? Or are you active sa MMA?
Nung college, I used to train nung college.
Dati lang.
But I never competed. It was more of, pampapawis lang and, self-defense.
Anong discipline?
Okay.
Jiu-jitsu.
Alam ko, dito sa Pilipinas, meron tayong sarian eh.
Yeah, sarian.
I'm
and
not sure.
then there was another one pa eh.
Yaw
Sarian
yan.
and another one. Yaw yan, yun.
Yaw yan, sayaw ng kamatayan, tama ba? Kaya,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
So when I was training,
When
when I was training before, it was more on jiu-jitsu and jet kundo. Kasi ako, I was more of a striker than a grappler. Pero I had to learn how to grapple kasi wala eh. Parang 90% of the fights always go to the ground eh. So pag striker ka, ilugi ka eh.
Acknowledge tayo ng mga ibang comments dito. Si Christian sabi, wag na raw kayo mag-full length. Mag-dalawang EP na lang daw kayo.
Pwede.
Okay. Tapos,
Sponsored ba yun, The Southern Project?
Baka
naman.
Oo.
Baka naman.
Total, si Christian, nakatune naman siya. Baka naman. Diba? Paki-comment. That's a go. Tapos, Nico, nag-rock radio ka rin pala, brother.
Yes. Rock 106.3.
Kasi nung last week, with Black Wolf Gypsies, isa yan sa mga napagkwentuhan namin ng rock radio sa Alabang.
Yeah.
Kasi one of the finest gig spots sa South, unfortunately, according sa mga taga-South ngayon, taga-Las Piñas kasi rin yan, yung Black Wolf, wala na raw masyadong scene dyan. Wala na rin mga gig spot dyan masyado. I'm not saying 100% pero parang wala na. Before, ang dami. Kaya yung TSP, dyan sila concentrated sa area ng South eh. Dito lang sa bandang Parañaque, Las Piñas.
Yeah.
Di ba? Nakakalungkot lang pakinggan na biglang nawala yan. Then isa itong rock radio na one of its kind sa makakita gig spot, inuman. Tapos at the same time may radio booth na kahit sino pwedeng sumalang doon. You can play anything you want. Diba?
Anything you want. And ang maganda sa rock radio nun, our priority talaga was OPM. So pag may Pinoy band talaga, or kahit indie, or may magsabit man, play ka agad kahit hindi kilala.
Okay.
We'll play your music. And the coolest thing about being a DJ there is, di ba, since bar siya radio station, yung mga DJs pwede, since wala na siguro, we could drink during shift.
Oh yeah. Si Chico Molina, binisita namin doon before.
Yeah.
Meron siyang hawak-hawak na red horse na loob. Ayun. Sayang.
By the way, sorry. On this subject, since nandito tayo sa rock radio, gusto ko lang matanong, Rico, in your own opinion. First of all, I would like to ask, how long did it operate in rock radio?
I think about 2-3 years. I was there with them for about 6 months. Pero siguro parang naka 3 years ata siya.
Okay. And also, I would like to ask as well, like, this is just I'm just out of curiosity. What do you think? How do you call this? What do you think, in your own opinion? What do you think made it not continue that it was good? Or bakit siya?
Ako talaga it was I think it was the partnership ng owners kasi dalawa yung owners eh. So I think by misunderstanding and and the other owner put up another station. So parang yung attention to the, parang yung pinotap yung ibang station ng isang owner. Parang yung mga gamit namin biglang naging bakit
latak.
Instead
latak
of latak na lang yung mga gamit instead of CD changers, instead of CD players talaga na Pioneer, biglang naging CD changer na. Parang, ano tong 60s na CD changer nandito sa studio? Parang, parang nabawasan yung gamit. Parang, asan na yung isang gamit na ganyan? So, eventually, I will say, then without mentioning that radio station and the owner, nakarma din kasi ang dami din scandal ng isang radio station, which is us DJs, we felt na parang, yan, diba? You dissed us, so, it happened to you too. So,
also, okay, so I would like to, again, I always do this in how do you call this? I always do this every podcast. I like throwing ideas. So, since we have all this technology right now, like for example, what we're doing right now, we're doing a Zoom meeting, and we call it a podcast. Don't you think it would be? Don't you think there's a good chance that it's something that can be brought up again, like in format? It's something that can be used with the current technology that we have.
I guess I think, diba, Jal, you mentioned it before with technology. It's really take advantage of it, diba? To either it's a podcast or letting your music out and stuff like that. Like any artist now, actually, or anybody who can make music and put out their music. So it's just a matter of, some are really good, some really suck. So, but it's out there. Minsan, diba, when you randomly check on Spotify,
yeah,
what the hell is this, diba? So, ba't nandito yan, diba? So, it's really, it's good, and I guess medyo, I think for us here in the Philippines, we need to step it up a notch and pick it up in really taking advantage of technology. Kasi in other countries, grabe. Diba? So,
I mean,
hopefully.
Back then, we could only wish that we had this. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, we can only wish that we had this, like, we could play and we could, like, we have talents and we can only wish that we can show it to the world.
Yeah.
Right? In one way or another. Pero
Yeah.
now, parang, it's here. All right?
Yeah. Parang di ba dati? Di ba dati parang Pearl Jam, ganyan. Parang nawala yung Pearl Jam. And then nung nagka-YouTube, ganyan, parang, ay, nagpatuloy pala sila. Ang dami na pala nilang album. Pero parang yung, alam natin album, di ba, parang hanggang Vitalogy lang, tapos na. Tapos meron pa palang maraming sumunod. So, yeah.
Also, like,
format, itong the good thing with podcast and Spotify, no? Tapos parang na-democratize yung outlet. Dati masyadong naka-funnel dun sa mga commercial, mga profitable institutions, no? Like kung sa music, yung mga record labels. Wala kang kapit, wala kang politics, wala kang budget, wala ka. Likewise sa podcasting. yung mga radio stations lang, which would also involve yun nga, politics din.
Yeah.
Kung ganun din naman ang content mo, di ba? I'm sure may content as much as, or not, maybe even greater content dun sa hindi radio station, di ba? Kasi may censorship pa dun eh.
Yeah.
Sa podcast, wala eh. So, with technology, di ba, na-democratize lahat. So, yung pinakamalupit na DJ or na host, like for example, sino yun yung kulot na sikat sa US?
Si Howard Stern. Howard
Stern. Di ba? Yung content niya, ganun din naman yung ginagawa natin eh. Nag-interview, kwentuhan lang din tayo.
Yeah.
Diba? So, parang na-democratize eh. So, pagalingan na lang ng content, ng editing, whatever. Pero, yung magandang naigawa ng technology for me. So, yeah.
And I have a question for you both as well. Since active pa rin kayo sa music scene sa Pinas, how do you feel about the current music scene in general? I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about Filipinas alone, but the whole thing, the big picture.
Yeah, I think it's very
more
much
than
alive.
Ever. More than ever, it's very alive, no? It's just that it's not mainstream na. Ito yung K-pop scene. Ito yung old school na sila Barangay Tibay, let's say. Meron pa rin silang eksena eh. Itong mga bagong millennials ngayon, yung mga sila Ben and Ben, yan, mga kanyan.
Yeah.
May eksena rin sila eh. Tapos yung Southern Project, may sariling eksena rin, di ba? So, kalat siya. Catering to different communities of different genres, different music appreciation. Di ba? So, in general, di ba, more than ever, more than the 90s, I think, mas maraming nakaka-appreciate ng music ngayon.
Yeah.
So it's just that it's not mainstream, walang MTV, 'di ba? Na nakatutok talaga kung sino i-play ng MTV. Isa din tayo lahat. Pero ngayon iba na eh. Iba yung ang daming
network eh.
Dami, sobrang dami. Mababaliw ka kung itatrack mo. 'Di ba? So iba may gig sa tanghali, bigla. Iba yung kids din ngayon. Minsan, mawiwirduhan ka, pero eksena nila yun eh. Diba? Nung bata rin tayo, may eksena rin tayo, hindi mo tayo pinakikilaman. So, ano siya, kumbaga the way I see it, more than ever, live music is rin also, buhay siya. Iba lang yung nakagisnan natin, no? Yung sanay lang tayo yung when we were growing up, di ba? Pero from
what was being fed to us.
Exactly. Pero kung Gen Z ngayon, di ba? Nakakalood sila pa rin ng gig eh for some reason. Iba lang yung di inuman, di ba? Kumbaga, very
milk tea.
Milk tea.
Bubble tea.
Diba? Pero masaya pa rin. Ayos yun. Ako, natutuwa ako sa eksena ngayon.
Yeah.
Meron kayong particular band meron kayong particular band na bago sa generation ngayon na pinapakinggan nyo?
Hirap yan, no? Taylor Swift. Medyo lang.
Pinoy ba? Pinoy? Local?
Pwedeng Pinoy. Pwedeng international.
Ako...
For a time, medyo na naging deep ako kay Greta Van Fleet. Yan, yung mga kids na yun.
Greta.
Yeah, ako din. That's one of the Greta Van Fleet.
Tsaka yung Royal Blood.
Yun.
Yung dalawa lang.
Yung dalawa lang sila.
Bassist lang tsaka drummer. Ang lakas ng tunog nila. Mga mga Briton.
Pero pag pinakinggan mo, akala mo full band, Tapos dalawa lang sila.
Full band, pero kung kita mo dalawa lang.
Royal Blood?
Royal Blood yung pangalan ng banda.
Original, Royal Blood, ilista na yan.
Lilista ko yan.
Tapos yung napupuno nila yung napupuno nila yung mga stadium sa UK. Grabe itong mga batang to. Trustig yung sounds na. Malitripan niyo yan for sure. Royal Blood.
For sure.
Check
ano pa
natin.
ba? Ikaw, Mix.
Ako din Greta, Royal Blood are the most recent ones na I think nung pandemic Greta Van Fleet, paulit-ulit ako So,
pandemic rin. Yun. Tsaka yung mga
may Southern rock band din, yung the Band of Heathens. They're a Southern rock band. Yun, during the pandemic, natripan ko din sila. So, parang modern Lynyrd Skynyrd sila.
Are they Americans?
Yeah, they're Americans.
Okay.
Band of Heathen. So,
Heathen?
Heathen.
May H.
H.
Heathen.
May H siya. Heathen.
Okay. Heathen. Okay.
Band of Heathen. So,
I'm taking notes.
Alam ko ginaya yung Return to Eden, bro.
Oo nga Actually, pakinggan nila tayo, bro.
Oo nga pala, bakit pala Return to Eden yung name ng band?
It's more of like going back to the roots, di ba? So, I mean, everything started in the Garden of Eden. So, kami, we wanted to bring back the guitar-driven, solo-driven songs, guitar solos. So, that's why we said Return to Eden. And then okay.
Makes sense.
So, yeah.
After maraming tanduay.
After so many tanduay.
5, baby.
Romco.
Before we're going to play the next single, Prisoner of the Sun, can you walk us through kung paano nyo ginawa, kung ano yung istorya nito pala?
Ito yung song na 6 minutes. Tama? Ito yun.
Yeah.
6 minutes. Almost 7.
Ang hirap gumawa ng ganun.
Yeah.
Ganun kahaba.
Actually, alam mo, yung re-record namin yan, tapos after recording, doon lang namin na-realize na parang, ay, pucha, haba pa na nito.
Actually, although almost 7 minutes siya, hindi ka mabobore. Walang dapat part dun sa song. Tuloy-tuloy lang siya. Tuloy-tuloy lang talaga siya. Actually, huwag na natin patagalin. Let's play it.
Sige.
Play ka.
Yes.
Play now, explain later.
Explain later.
Okay, sige.
Enjoy.
You'll hear it first here.
Oh, unreleased pa to.
Unreleased yan.
Unreleased pa to. Prisoner of the Sun. Parang dito ni launch.
Yeah.
Exiled away across the sun for the holy man. I'm not the one in the war of my soul that I have lost, and down on my knees I've fallen.
Prisoner of the Sun.
You heard it first here on this podcast.
Yes, right here.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing the song and for allowing us to play that song here in our movie stream.
For the first time.
Oh, yeah. Okay, dun tayo sa...
Exclusive pala yun. Exclusive pala yung playing na yun. Amazing.
Tell us more about the song, sir.
It's more of... Ang concept niyan, yung isip ko na is, alam mo yung bata tayo pag naglaro tayo sa labas, tapos may araw, tapos yung wala tayong masilungan, tapos tinataguan natin yung sun. They were trying to escape the sun. And then I liken that to, you know, whatever you do in life, you know, you have your parents there, your friends to guide you, but all in all, anything that you do, and if you fuck it up, that's your fault.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like you're trying to run away from the sun na wala ka masilungan, pero talagang if it's your fault, it's really your fault. You screw up. You can't point fingers at anybody and say, ay, hindi ako naging ganito kasi ganito. Ay, hindi ako successful dahil kay ganito. It's all you. So, you know, you gotta suck up the blame, di ba? Learn from it and then move on, di ba? Ang ano ko sa song na yan, as soon as you can accept it's your fault, di ba? That's when you really move on talaga. Di ba? Accept it and learn from it and then, di ba? I mean, everything that happens in life, di ba? Everybody has to remember, it's not a prison or it's not a sentence, it's a life lesson.
Correct.
Amen, brother.
Ang ganda ng message. It's totoo yun eh. Like, you need to be accountable for everything.
Yeah.
Hindi, a big word yung accountability. Kasi, halos lahat ng tao, hindi nila kayang umamin sa mga bagay na nag-fail sila eh. Kailangan lagi may reason behind. Eh, kung ano naman yung reason behind, may ipipinpoint yan or kung ano man yung ano.
Yeah.
Basta, hindi sila amin entirely na sila talaga yung ano.
Yeah.
Yung at fault. Kung bakit laging ganito yung situation. Hindi yan. Laging meron niyang ituturo.
Yeah.
Diba? Ako, guilty ako. Hindi naman sa lahat ng pagkakataon. May mga instances din naman na may mga ganun ako. Hindi na magpapaka-plastic. Pero accountability, napakahirap yan. Napakahirap maghanap ng tao may genuine na ganyang trait.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? Can you name a person na meron ganyan? I don't think meron.
Wala. I mean, I think all of us at one point also pointed a finger at something to blame.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Napaka-strong. Strong ng message yun. Strong actually. Doon pa lang eh.
May you open up ka ba?
Actually,
oo nga, Jay, may open ka ba? Parang gusto mo yan. Sige, go, pare.
So we're now shifting to this podcast is now a heart-to-heart confession.
Yun eh.
Yun din. And I mean, I like the messaging kasi parang napaka the way Nico explained it, it related, kumbaga. I mean, I went through something, admitted. Pero at the same time, the sooner that I think gusto ko lang din i-add, the sooner that you realize na there's no one else to blame but you, it's much more easier for you to like, kumbaga parang mag-move on at saka mag-tagbo.
Yeah.
It feels more free, kumbaga. Na parang, yeah, in fact, you know, I need to fix this now.
Yeah.
Parang ganun eh. And then you start coming up with a lot of solutions to your problems.
Yeah.
Yun lang, this oh shit. Yeah. So,
nice.
Ikaw, Rigel, pare, may ma-share ka ba sa point na yun?
Yung sa message yung sa kanta ni Miko, tama naman talaga yung pagkakasabi niya. Kaya lang, mas i-adapt ko na lang doon na kung may nagawa man dati, ani mo na lang sa future.
Yeah.
Actually, mas mahirap pagka nag-stick ka pa doon sa dati. Mali mo, sige, mali na yan gawin mo na lang ng solusyon sa susunod.
Yeah, then.
Which reminds me of, well, actually, marami ako. I heard earlier na may mga instances talaga na ganun ako. Na 100% hindi ko aakuin lahat. Kailangan meron din share of fault din yung kasama ko or yung taong involved dito sa bagay na to, bakit nag-fail. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
Hindi naman ako plastic Tuwanan lang mga pare. Diba? Pero marunong din ako tumanggap ng accountability like sa work. Pag merong isang bagay na nag-fail, ako yan. Diba? Ako yan. Wala ko ipipinpoint kasi bakit nga naman paano under isang team kung hindi kayo nag-lead, diba?
Yeah.
Bakit bumagsak isang team? Ikaw yung nag-lead.
Tsaka mas maganda.
Paano magiging successful yan? Kasi ikaw yung nag-lead. Diba? Ganun lang yan. Ngayon kung bumagsak yan, sino yung unang titingnan ng upper ops? Sino titingnan ng leadership? Siyempre nag-lead ng team. Parang ganun lang yung sitwasyon. Pero sa personal na bagay, like yung pag-ibig, yan, meron din ako mga dyan. Meron lang tawag nito.
Eto na.
May ituturo ako, hindi lang naman ako yung at fault dito. Diba? Bakit ako nagkakaganyan? Diba? Kasi may ginawa nga ganito. So na-trigger ako, kaya tayo nandito ngayon. Diba? May mga ganun tayo movement. Sige rin, Jel, pare.
Ano yun?
Hindi, napakahirap lunukin ng word na yan. Napakalaking bagay yan para sa akin. I don't know with you guys, pero I think ganun din sa inyo.
Yeah.
Yung accountability, maging accountable ka sa mga bagay, maging positive man or maging negative man, kaya mo bang akuin yan? Hindi lang sa maging successful yung bagay na to, pati rin yung downfall niya.
Yeah.
Mas maganda kung i-practice natin yung ganyan habang maaga pa lang.
Gusto ko lang din ma-share dito. Like yung kanina sinabi ni Rigel, na move on na lang. Kasi, again, ma-share ko lang din dito. Itong si Rigel, we've been friends for over 20 years. Hindi ko yung personal mo, Brad.
Sige.
Nothing about that, pare. Don't worry, ano ka ba? Ito, yun nga, we've been friends for over 20 years. Merong time na parang yung sila, walang-wala, medyo kapit sa finances. Tapos nakasakay siya ng taxi, meron siyang hawak na 10,000. Naiwan yung 10,000 sa taxi. Kailangan yung 10K. Naalala mo pa yung Rigel, yung kinuwento mo? Tapos tinanong ko, ano nangyari? Nakuha niyo ba? Wala nangyari na O diba? Move on. Ganun ka simple. Wala nandun na Hinabol mo ba? Hindi mo ba nakuha yung plate? Nireport mo ba? Yeah, pre. Nandun na. Nangyari na
Sasakit pa loob mo.
Hindi siya nag-dwell sa isang sitwasyon. Diretso. Diba? Alam niya kasalanan niya. Sino yung tanga dito? Diba? Kailangan mo pala Bakit mo nahinayaan na? Diba? Ilagay sa isang siguro sa bulsa na merong nakausli, diba? Kaya nahulog or whatever. Ganyan. Pero bilib ako dito sa mga manto. Talaga wala nangyari. Diba? 10,000 is 10,000. Kailan ba yun, Jill? 2000, early 2000 yata. Parang ganyan.
Balero days ba yan?
Balero days sa Makati. Yung hindi pa sikat yung call center nun. Basta yun na lang. Yung, para may idea yung mga Ay, sabi ko, man, kailangan mo yung finally hawak mo na. Tapos, wala Gawa na lang ng paraan paano
mabawi.
Mabawi.
Kaya tuloy nagpa-podcast kayo ngayon. Hindi na
Ayan.
Okay.
Prisoner of the Sun. Great song. Ang galing. Ang galing. Actually, yun nga. Again, isipon ko lang ulit yung statement ko earlier. Sa part na nalulungkot ako, wala pang follow-up sila. Pero nag-intriga ako rito sa reveal kanina, which is ngayon ko lang nalaman, na yung The Southern Project, meron pala sila, they came out with a compilation album na nasa Spotify. Ngayon, after this stream, isa-isahin ko yun. Kasi Christian, or John Christian to many, sabi niya, pwede raw natin gawing episode yung compilation album na yan. Sana nga lang, hindi siya maka-copyright kasi yung Black Wolf Gypsies na-copyright siya. Pero, sana yung mga songs na nandun, wala pang may mga pagmamayari. Para hindi tayo madali. Na-strike to na yung page natin, Brad. Na-strike to na kami.
Strike lang tayo ng pastig.
Tulad yan, Swine Slaughter. Tinanong natin, oy, may ano na ba to? May may-ari na to mga papatugtuin natin, mapinasa yung kanta sa amin. Wala. DIY yan. So kami, yun na pala, nabili na yun ng bago nilang nang kumuha sa kanilang label. So kami, nag-bang bang kami ron. That's strike 1. We strike 2 itong Black Wolf Gypsies. Pero ito, Return to Eden. Ito, yung kaka-play lang natin. Sobrang ron ito. First time nyo napahinggan dito sa stream namin. Neck nyo, meta, pare. Neck nyo. Hindi nyo pwede alisin sa amin yan. Hindi nyo pwede alisin sa amin yan. Oh yeah. Kumbaga, trumes ka, may foul pa. Di ba?
Actually, gusto ko tanungin yung banda, gumamit ba kayo ng distribution service para mailagay yung track sa Spotify?
We used DistroKid.
Okay. DJ, sasabihin ko lang ngayon na there's a possibility that yung track i-mute. So kumbaga para kasi if it goes through DistroKid, parang may automatic copyright siya. Parang
okay.
So, pero yung Prisoner, wala.
Yung Prisoner.
So, yun nga yung neck mo meta.
Nice. Okay. So, gusto ko lang magtanong uli sa banda again. So, having been together for so long, like since 2007, right? 2007. What do you think, or when was that moment that you guys realized na this is us, this is our band, this is our sound? Saka what made you really connect with each other as people, as a team, as a group?
Ano talaga yan eh. It started with an orgy.
Mabigat to
Again, that's another revelation. Only here. Lunuran ng Arnibal.
Nalunod talaga kami sa Arnibal.
Nalunod. Matindi yan.
Nagbabanda rin pala ako, bro.
Hindi ko kinaya yun. Nakalala mo, ano?
Pero seriously, I think the first time tumugtog kami talaga na kompleto. That's when we realized na this is it, boys. You know, so and then, you know, di ba yung controversy dati ni Eli Buendia na they were never friends. I really think you have to be friends talaga. You won't last long if you're not friends. You know. And ako na naman, if ever the Eraserheads did that, na hindi sila magkaibigan, hats off to them. That's so hard to pull off na.
Ano yun?
Hindi daw kasi sila, di ba they don't hang out daw after, yung sabi ni Eli, no? They don't really hang out as a group after gigs and ganyan, which is I kind of find impossible. Parang you all came from UP, you all had met through friends, and to say that you're not really friends.
And dorm mates pa yata sila noon.
Yeah.
Pero, Marcos and Ellie, tama ba?
Yeah.
Ewan ko.
Pero if that's true, they were able to do that for a number of albums, dun ako hanga, di ba? Parang kasi it's hard din kung hindi kayo friends and you don't jive and then tutugtog kayo. I mean, even the late Brian Velasco said that, di ba? You just have to be friends. You just have to be friends, which is ako, I believe in that talaga. Kailangan lang talaga magkaibigan talaga kayo. So, at malulog sa Anibal sabay-sabay.
May album si E-Heads yung ni-record nilang Hiwa-Hiwalay.
Yeah.
Kasi pa-split na sila nun. Yung cover na parang multi-track. Yung cover na yun. So, yung album na yun, ni-record nila virtually. Parang gano'n. Basta yung album na may Pop Machine. Sinata yun.
Ay, 1999. Yeah.
1999.
Oh, 1999.
Kahit hiwa-hiwalay nilang ni-record or diba? Ang ganda pa rin nung lumabas
Yeah.
Yung mga solid pa rin na kantang lumabas dun. So, but anyway, relating to Miko, yung nagsa-songwriting kami, tapos yung may mga unang gig na dikit yung output na yun yung mga na-feel ko na parang solid to na personally tsaka musically okay sila. Tara, game na to, dire-diretso na to. And wherever this takes us, sige lang, diba? Kung maging as solid ng Razorback, well and good. Kung hindi man, sakto lang. Okay lang din.
Yeah.
Have lifelong friends na, diba? Ninong na yung mga anak, ninong na sila ng mga anak ko, ganyan. Best man nung sa mga kasal, ganyan.
Yeah.
So, alam mo yun, I think it's something, no?
Yeah.
So, yun.
And I always say this, I'm just a lucky vocalist to be, with a bunch of very talented musicians. So ang gusto ko talaga din sa banda yung, di ba may banda kasi yung maarte na kailangan pedalboard ko 2 stories. Yung mga gano'n. I mean, these two guys, si Jal and JV, minsan pupunta ng gig. May dala silang effects, pero minsan parang, direkta na to! And it sounds like, sometimes you think may effects, pero wala, nakarekta pala sila sa amp. So actually, napansin ko yun, basta maganda yung amp, rekta na.
Actually, regarding that, I feel the same way din na parang dapat gano'n. Yung, kumbaga, you should not rely so much on your equipment. Like, your equipment is there, but use it as a tool rather than... Diba? Parang, kasi meron din akong mga nakitang banda na parang they make it a reason that they don't sound great because they don't have the right equipment. Yung ganun And one of the things that we did when I was there in the Philippines and I was still in a band as well is we made use of what we had.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, we took advantage kung ano lang man kami minsan ang amplifier namin karaoke machine.
Yeah.
Yung ganun because yun lang yung kaya namin. Pero at the same time we were also proud because we were able to make ourselves sound great.
Yeah.
Kahit na ganun lang yung genre.
Yeah. So, and it's always a good compliment na minsan kasi, di ba, we're 5 kami sa banda, 2 gitarista. Minsan may times na wala yung isa. Di ba? But we've been getting compliments na kulang kayo pero busog pa rin yung tunog. And we're very
thankful.
we're thankful for people na, we're always thankful for people who give us comments like that and appreciate it na alam nila kulang pero sabi nyo, grabe, busog pa rin yung tunog. So, and that's not me. Those are the guys I'm with, man. So that's how talented they are.
So, I also want to ask, as a band, what has been, or kung i-describe mo yung journey ng band, how has it been, and where do you think it is at right now, and what do you want to teach me?
Ako at this point, parang we're still at the point na let's see where it takes us. Pero ngayon parang steady. Alam mo yung steady lang. And you know how the industry is. Sometimes there's gigs na bayad ka, sometimes wala. Okay lang. Kung bayad. Kung wala. I mean, we're all working. We can buy our own beers.
Gusto ko yan.
You guys get paid?
Minsan kasi hinahanap mo yung enjoyment talaga dito. Yung passion mo.
Yeah. So, I mean, dumaan kami dyan. Yung minsan, gig ka, 100 pesos lang bibigay sa'yo. Minsan, wala talaga. So, if it's there, it's there. If it's not there, it's fine. It's more of, ando na kami sa punto na kung may budget, sige. Kung wala, enjoy kami. Enjoy lang.
All for the love of music. Pero it is something that you cannot, tell your wife.
Yeah.
We're spending this much time rehearsing, tapos going into this event, tapos uuwi ka empty-handed. Ganyan. It is something that maintindihan nila na sobra yung passion mo about music, pero yung mag-spend ka ng time sa music, yun ang mahirap nilang maintindihan sa totoo lang.
Well, ako na I'm thankful. My fiance knows talaga na pag nasa gig, that's my happy place. She knows that. And then one time, siya na mismo nag-post. She posted a picture of me social media to some caption niya, at his happy place. So she knows that.
Sarap noon.
Wow.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Actually, yung mga like yung wife ko rin, when we were starting, naging kami lang din nun. We were starting ni Miko. Mas nauna pa nga kami ni Miko naging kami kesa dun sa wife ko na ngayon. Diba, Mix? Totoo yan.
Well, there's my funny story when Jal was going to propose to his wife nun, sinamahan ko yan kunin yung ring. Yung engagement ring. Tapos, pumunta kami sa bahay ng, jeweler. Tapos, we sat in this small sofa. Magkatabi kami. Tapos, yung inabot na ng girl yung ring kay Jal, nakatingin siya sa amin ng dalawa na funny. Tapos, parang biglang kami dalawa, ay, hindi ko kami kakasal. Hindi kami, sinasamahan ko lang to.
Buti walang kumukuha ng video that time.
Oo nga.
May sinasabi yung mga kaibigan ko about yun. Kumbaga, there's nothing wrong with it as long as there's no eye contact.
Nagsisimula no? Eye contact.
Anyway, sorry.
Paano napunta rito yung usapan natin?
Well, ganyan ang flow ng usapan. This is the flow of a natural conversation. Parang mamaya siguro back na rin ang pag nag-usapan. Yun na lang ang kulang
Ito, Rigel.
Ay.
Pare sa tagal natin magkakaibigan, minsan ba dumating sa punto na may pumitik din?
Pitik na in a sense na na galit?
Hindi, may special ka ba naramdaman?
Okay, no? Meron. Mwa. Mga tanong mo, TJ, no?
Hindi. Sige, maganda tayo. Seryoso tayo. Regine, makikita mo dyan yung ano, nasa SoundCloud daw yung ano, yung compilation ng The Southern Project. Ewan ko kung ma-access mo dyan, pero nung guest natin Scrabble na SoundCloud yung ginawa natin audio. Gusto kong pakinggan yung yung track doon ng
SoundCloud.
ng Return to Eden. Para ma-share na rin natin.
Sige. I-ano ko muna. Check ko muna.
Sige lang, pre. While checking, gusto ko matanong, Mix dyan, meron kayong mga ngayon, ano yung activities ng band? Naka-standby ba muna kayo?
Yes.
Are you actively writing songs na ba?
Naka-standby and then, waiting for gigs and, looking to probably continue the other two. That's for mixing and mastering na, and then adding a fifth. And then, may binigay din akong bagong kanta kay Jal. We're going to meet to write it, and so continue writing songs and hopefully ma-release talaga siya lahat, for everybody to enjoy.
Long overdue na yun.
Yeah.
Overdue. To be honest. Yep. Tapos, i-master nyo pa ba yung mga previous nyo na mga singles? Or
nakamaster na siya. Yeah. Nakamaster
I mean, wala na kayong babaguhin, wala na kayong dadagdag. Sabihin natin, mabubuo nyo na yung album nyo. Wala na kayong babaguhin as is mismo yun na yun, isasalpak nyo sa album.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it. So,
okay. I'm talking about yung 5 songs yun na buo.
Yeah.
Yun
na. That's it.
Okay.
Salpak na kagad yun.
I mean, yung mga arreglo, ganyan. Arreglo.
Yes.
So basically, parang...
Kasi mayroong mga, kasi may mga times na, di ba? Nabuo natin itong song na to, pero as you move on, bigla mayroong papasok sa isip mo na, parang okay din isalpak ko sa sa after ng sabihin natin, after ng chorus, ganyan. Or di kaya, di ba? Ganon. Tapos i-record natin, ganyan. Tapos ipasok natin ito kung in-agreement naman yung banda. May mga ganong moment kasi. Pero maganda yun kung as is na talaga yun na, kung paano siya ni-record, kung ano siya, what came out, yun na mismo yung sasalpak.
Yeah.
That's good.
Actually, kung mahanap yun sa SoundCloud, the one on SoundCloud is an earlier version of one of our originals. Tapos when we recorded it noong 2018, doon medyo may bagong konti sa regular in terms of how I sang it.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much it's still as is.
Anong song pala sa daming lumalabas na Return to Eden
Pounding on.
Yung hanapin mo yung The Southern Project.
Sonic Collective yung pangalan ng album.
Sonic Collective yun.
Yeah. Tito Jan, kung nakikinig ka, baka may link ka dyan.
Active pa nga siya, nagko-comment siya. Hindi niya tayo sinagot kung kayang sponsoran.
may sagot, may nakita ako.
Meron ba?
Mga ulol daw tayo.
Hindi ko nakita yun Straight up answer, no? Yun talaga yun.
Tragic.
Nakita mo, pare?
Sige lang. Di ko pa makita.
One should go. Questions, pare.
Diba, may comment din si John sa when I mentioned woke, sabi niya, woke is punyeta. Diba? So,
what can people expect from the album?
It's Straight up rock and roll.
Hindi, wala ako sa Steam kanina eh. Sobrang late ko eh. Hindi ko alam kung natanong na to. Growing up, ano yung nagmulat sa inyo? Ano yung mga songs yung pinapahinggan nyo? Kung meron kayong tape, kung ano yung una yung nahawakan na tape, kung ano yung una yung pag-aaral na tape, ano ito? Kung tape man yun. Could be a vinyl or 45, ganyan. O pwede rin CD.
Ako naman ako yung mga Kiss albums ng kapatid ko na vinyl.
Ang swerte mo naman.
Ang swerte mo naman.
Swerte mo naman. Kiss?
Ako yung pinakauna kong nabiling cassette na yung talagang piso-piso na ipon. Pearl Jam na 10. Pearl Jam na 10. Grabe.
Yung talaga yung pinag-ipunan mo, no?
O yung pag tinatanggalan mo ng white hair yung magulang mo, piso yun. yung cassette mo na mga 80, 90, 100.
100.
90 pesos yung inabutan ko sa Odyssey.
Yeah, 90. So, makuha ko yun parang, yes.
Kita ko na.
Ang saya.
Nakakatuwa lang eh. Nakakatuwa lang. Kasi yung ako, na-share ko na rin to before, yung pinakauna kong binili out of ipon na album is yung album ng Steelheart. Yung may leather jacket tapos naka-embed doon yung Steelheart. Yun yung first album na binili ko. Yung second album, which is lahat to allowance to. Kasi yung mga paipon-ipon mo ng mga 3 pesos na ipon mo, pare, sa isang buwan makakabuo ng 90. Ganyan, yung tricycle na pwede mo namang lakarin pa uwi, di ba? Nilalakad ko na, hindi na ako nagta-tricycle. Ayan, para lang kasi, ayun, yung second album na binili ko, yung Heartbreak Station ng Cinderella. Yan. Yan yung Tapos yung third, di ko na maalala eh. Basta yung first two, yung dalawang yun. Sobrang in love ako sa na yan. Kasi yung yung una ko napakinggan yung kanta ng Steelheart. And actually, I never liked She's Gone. I'm not sure bakit kayo ulit sumikat yun. Kinakanta na kung sino-sino, di ba? Yung She's Gone na kanta ng Steelheart.
Okay.
Oo, di ba? Nagtataka ako, bakit sumikat itong kanta to ngayon lang? Di ba? Grade 5 pa lang ako, pinapakinggan ko na yan. Steelheart eh. Di ba? Tapos itong pero binili ko yung album, isa lang talaga yung gusto kong kanta ron. I'm not that person na kaya kailangan kong gustuhin yung buong kanta. Ay yung mga kanta sa buong album, parang bumili. Pag may nagusto ako ng isang kanta dyan, tapos I fell in love with it, I will buy the album. Yun yung scenario ko with Steelheart. Yung song na yun na tinutukoy ko, yung I'll Never Let You Go. Na song nila. Ang ganda nun, sobra. Napakinggan ko yan kasi yung kuya ko, which is, by the way, yung nag-influence sa amin sa kung bakit we are into rock music, listening to rock music. Dahil sa kanya, meron siyang hiniram na tape, parang compilation ng to. Alam mo yung CD to tape na ni-record?
Yeah.
Isa rin sa pinapatugtog niya, yung, sabi ko, anong kanta yung kuya? Ganyan, Steelheart yan. Anong title? I'll Never Let You Go. Eh, syempre, hindi ko pa alam, hindi mo masasearch, wala pa internet nun. So, I have to research pa kung anong album ng Steelheart lumabas yung I'll Never Let You Go. Doon sa Odyssey, tinanong ko, may Steelheart kayo? May inabot sa akin, leather jacket. Hinanap ko kagad doon sa inlay kung nandun yung I'll Never Let You Go. Wala akong pakialam sa ibang kanta. Yun lang talaga hinahanap ko. Binili ko, I bought it. Ayun. So that's my story. Yun. Tapos yung naman, yung Heartbreak Station ng Cinderella. Yung Shelter Me, yung gusto ko ron, dalawa actually. Yung Heartbreak Station, pati Shelter Me. The rest of the song, I don't care ba? Ganun ako. I'm not that fanatical about yung sa band. Kasi if you're into that band, kahit hindi pa nire-release papakinggan mo yan.
Yeah.
Diba? So, ayun. Kasi bata pala ako na eh. So, particular lang ako sa specific na kanta. Yun. Yun lang talaga. Doon lang ako nakafocus. Hindi sa mismong tracks ng album nila. Anyway, nandito na.
DJ, nahanap ko na.
Yes, sir.
Poundin.
Anong song? Ano na?
Poundin.
Okay.
Poundin.
Let's do this. Play it, player.
Share ko lang.
Okay.
Sarap ng bagsakan.
Yo. Parang iba yung ano nito. Iba yung compared dun sa ano sa first two na plinay natin earlier. Parang iba itsura ng kantan to.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Kung nagigets yung ibig ko sabihin.
Yeah.
Hindi siya yung typical ano. Well,
nakabata pa tayo nito, amigo.
Oo.
Isa sa mga una to eh.
I wouldn't know na local yung gumawa nito. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And then, it's as I said, it's na influence because of mixed martial arts. Because how a song changes its meaning through the years. So I took that ang buhay parang MMA din yan eh, 'di ba? You fight. You fight in this life. So no matter what you're going through, you just gotta keep on pounding. So, 'di ba? Laban lang ng laban.
Palagan lahat. Palagan lahat.
Actually, I can see this song katulad na sinabi ni Terrence kanina. It can be used as a parang intro ng fighter, di ba?
Yeah.
And I think it fits really well. And I can imagine, kasi ako, fan ako ng ng pro wrestling eh. It would be great for someone like Triple H or Edge coming out with that song, Good song.
May mga fireworks sa gilid. Yung entrance. Diba? You can only imagine, diba?
Yeah.
How's this song playing? Iba yung tingin ko. Sorry, Mario.
Okay. Wala rin namang kwenta tatanong ko kung may pro wrestling sa Pinas.
Meron.
Meron.
Dati, oo.
Diba?
Gusto ko makanood.
Sina Turco Torero tsaka Bakal Boys.
Hindi.
Macho Franco.
Macho Franco. Di ba may bading
Joe Pogi.
Pacifica Falayfay.
Yeah, si
Pacifica Falayfay. Tapos Smoky Mountain Brothers.
Hindi, matagal na yan eh. Everybody knows about that.
Yung pinaka-hopeless Joe Pogi.
Ngayon kaya meron. Kasi parang 10 years ago, alam ko meron sa Parañaque, may wrestling. Parang may maliit na wrestling group.
Parang Manila Wrestling Federation. I'm not sure if parang napanood ko siya sa isang documentary, not sure kung sa GMA7 or sa ABS-CBN yun, na parang in-interview niya yung mga wrestlers na yan. How they train, ganyan, paano yung lifestyle nila outside the ring, ganyan. Kung paano sila nakuha ron or paano sila napunta doon.
Miko, gusto kong mag-suggest. Since and I've been throwing this idea to anyone I know na who plays rock music,
Yeah.
So gusto kong i-suggest sa'yo, if you are ever going to if you are ever going to get to a point na magagawan mo to ng music video, here's one suggestion. Here's one idea that I can throw at you.
Yep.
MMA. Sa loob ng isang MMA na kumbaga it's a match pero yung kumakanta yung isa sa fighter.
Actually naisip ko din yan eh.
Yeah, I think that would be really amazing, Habang nakikipag-away siya, nakikipaglaban siya, kinakanta niya yung kanta.
Tapos habang nakikipag-away may hawak na mic.
Tapos duguan yung mukha niya.
Hindi yung may mic yung yung bumababa lang.
Tapos yun ang kukunin ko. Tapos pagkakuha mo ng mic, pound it, and I'll go.
Yeah, nice. Good song, great song.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure. Okay. We started a stream. Actually, we 2 hours na tayo. Tama.
Yeah.
Or more than.
More than ata.
More than. Gusto ko na acknowledge yun, yung the rest of the band members. Of course, we have here Miko Misiano, lead vocals. Tapos si Jal, syempre yung guitars. And then the other three, JV Castillo.
Yep.
Guitars, backing vocals. Then Romel Saldua
on
bass. Then Jong Cablitas on drums. We are really, really looking forward to hearing more songs from Return to Eden. Return to Eden. All 3 songs na play natin today, they've all been good. Extraordinary actually. Masyadong gawa yung kanta. Malinis. Gusto ko yung pace niya. Gusto ko yung flow. And then yung words ng kada songs, magaling. Personally, gusto ko yung kanta nyo. I'm hoping na sana meron pa.
Yep. There will
and of course, meron darating. Rigel, Juancho, kayo pare.
Sa Return to Eden, Miko, Jal, maraming salamat din. Gusto ko lang ding malaman kung what's on the horizon for the band. Meron ba tayong mga upcoming gigs? Ginagawang singles or tours?
Still waiting on gigs, but songs, we will be completing it, and hopefully very soon malabas na namin lahat.
Yun.
Christian, baka naman. Southern Project, baka naman. Shout out.
Baka naman dyan.
Gusto ko rin acknowledge yung TSP rito for bringing in Return to Eden.
TSP,
ladies and gentlemen. Dumadami kaibigan natin dito sa LNA. Si Christian, Ian De Los Santos, maraming salamat mga Repapi. For sure, meron pa silang ila-line up sa atin in the near future. Actually, meron ng mga sinasuggest. Pero we'll let you guys know sa mga susunod na mga araw. Again, thank you, Miko. Thank you, Jal.
Thank you.
So, in that 2 hours.
Jay, may sasabihin ka, Jay?
Jay,
sure.
Jay, sorry.
Okay. No, okay lang. Miko and Jal, thank you so much for being here with us. Again, very grateful ako na na-meet ko kayo. And I'm going to watch out for your band. Pina-follow ko kayo sa social media, sa Instagram. So, in YouTube, I watch it every now and then, pinapanood ko yung mga
Panood ko yung Velvet Revolver.
yung mga cover songs.
Ay, oo! Ang galing na yung Turn to Pieces.
So,
galing.
Yeah, I'm really hoping soon to see more from you guys.
Yep.
And also, I would like to know if you guys would like to say something, like if you have a message for everyone out there, or if you want them to follow you guys, where can they find you? Anong mga dapat nilang puntahan? Like links or where, kung saan, or anything that you want to promote as
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, which is formerly Twitter.
Okay.
Just type in Return to Eden PH1. Magkakadikit sila lahat if you're going to search those social media platforms. Return to Eden PH, you'll find us in those platforms. So, and then our single is out on Spotify. Actually, lahat DistroKid kasi naman madami. Spotify, Pandora, Deezer, Apple Music, YouTube Music. It's all there. Now we're hoping to add more and more content din sa YouTube page. Medyo natigil din kami dyan. So, but follow us and, as always, thank you very much napakasarap malunod sa Arnibal. Maraming salamat, guys. So,
gusto ko yan. Gusto ko yan. Sinabi mo yan. Gusto ko yan.
Buti nalunod natin sila.
Well, salamat sa opportunity to everybody. You know, peace, love, rock and roll, man.
No, thank you for taking time, bro.
Yeah.
Salamat.
Yes, Sir Jal. Parting shot,
we can do it again.
Yeah, first of all, salamat sa inyo for having us. It's our honor, no? Makapagkulitan tayo dito. Tapos, as far as the band, dun sa mga nagpa-follow na, thank you. But, steady lang kayo. Dahil, maglalabas din kami, no? Ng follow-ups. Soon, very soon. So, we've been super steady, no, for the past years. Pandemic and all, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But, like, sabi nga kanina, accountability, gagawa namin ng paraan yan. So,
yeah. Hindi, nakakataba rin ng puso. Sa limited na mga songs na so far nirelease ng band, isa ron ni-launch sa atin, pare. Ni-launch sa Arnibal, pare. Di ba? Ang galing. Isang milestone to na show sa sobrang raw talaga, di ba? Only here, man. Again, hindi makaka-copyright ito. Screw you guys. Again, I'm saying that again, man. Just to let you know. I want that to sink in.
Yeah.
Ayun. Again, once more, thank you, Return to Eden.
Thank you.
Dalawa pa lang yung kausap namin. What more kumpleto sila, di ba?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Mas masaya. Baka umabot tayo ng 3 hours. Anyway, sana magkita-kita tayo personally soon.
Yep.
Hopefully sa anniversary ng TSP kasi yung mga Arnibal Boys will be there. Kita rin tayo. And then pag nabuo yung album or kahit hindi siya full length, could be an EP, pare, bumalik kayo dito sa amin. Pare.
Sige, we will. Magda-dive ulit kami sa Arnibal.
Salamat. Sana nalunod kayo, pare. Maraming salamat. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday, everyone. Maraming salamat.
Happy Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.